Hey guys, it's Charlene from the Cheerful Chameleon here, and today we are going to make an awareness heart keychain. To make this, you're going to need Aran or worsted weight yarn. I am currently using Paintbox yarns Aran you can get from Love Crochet. I'll have a link in the description below, and it's colorway 249. I'm also going to be using gold for my ribbon because I currently do a lot with St. Jude's, and gold is the color of childhood cancer awareness. You're going to need a thin black yarn. Now this can be either crochet cotton, this can be embroidery floss, I'm currently using Cotton DK by Paintbox, but you can use whatever you have on hand. This is for the eyelash and the smile. You're going to need some stuffing. You're going to need a 9mm safety eye. You're going to need a 4mm crochet hook. You're going to need a key ring of sorts. I'm just using these simple ball and chain keychains. They go in really easy into crochet. You're going to go ahead and need a darning needle, and you're going to need some scissors. Alright, let's get started. We're going to be working in our heart color right now, and we're going to be working into the round. You're going to go ahead and make a magic ring, and go ahead and chain one, and then you're going to place 6 single crochet into the starting ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Go ahead and pull that tight. Now for round 2, we're just going to simply go ahead and put 2 single crochet into each one of the stitches around. So 1, 2. For round 3, we're going to go ahead and place 2 single crochet into the first stitch. I'm going to go ahead and mark that first stitch we made, and then you're going to go ahead and place a single crochet into the next stitch. This repeat right here, we're going to repeat 5 more times until we hit the stitch marker, and we have 18 stitches in total. So 2 single crochet in one, and then a single crochet. Okay, at the end of round 3, we're going to go ahead and make the next 2 rounds. Rounds 4 and 5, we're just simply going to single crochet into each stitch around for a total of 2 rounds of 18 stitches. Okay, when we're done with our one piece, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut off the first one, and then we're going to go ahead and we are going to make another one just as we did before. However, we are not going to cut this one off. So we're going to have 2 pieces that look very similar, and as you can see, this is going to be the top of the heart. Now what we're going to go ahead and do for round 6, we're going to hold both pieces of the heart together. We're going to go ahead and we are going to single crochet into the piece that is not attached, and we're going to join it. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going to crochet into 13 more stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, and 13. And now we're going to have 4 stitches that do not have any work in them. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to skip 4 stitches on the second piece. So we're going to have, this was worked into, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to place a single crochet into that 5th stitch, leaving the 4 unworked stitches touching in the center. So we're going to go ahead and 1, and then we're going to go ahead and crochet in the remaining 13 stitches that have not been worked in on this piece. 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay, so after we are done stitching, we are going to have 28 stitches around, and we're going to have 2 sets of 4 in the center. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take our middle ending tail, we're going to go ahead and thread it on our yarn needle, and we are going to stitch around in the center here, and we're going to seam this on up and just whip stitch underneath those stitches. And find them right there, and we're just going to go ahead and close it up nice and tightly. You can go back a couple times just to make sure it's seamed up. I usually do a pass in each direction just to be sure. And then once you have this seamed up, you can go ahead and just fasten it off, weave in the ends, and we're going to be stuffing in here, so it does not need to be perfect. You just want to make sure it's tight so that it does close off the heart. So we're going to go ahead and just go through a couple more times, and then I'm just going to go ahead and knot it off. Alright. I do not need to weave that in, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave that. And that's what we have so far. Now for round 7, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to single crochet into the next 12 stitches. So 1, 2, mark it there so we don't lose our spot. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then we're going to go ahead and single crochet the next 2 together. And then we're going to go ahead and single crochet into the next 14 stitches. So 1, 2. So at the end of round 7, we have 27 stitches around. For round 8, we're going to go ahead and single crochet the first 2 stitches together. And then we're going to go ahead and single crochet into the next 7 stitches. So that's 1, 2, and our single crochet 2 together. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we're going to go ahead and repeat this 2 more times around till we hit our stitch marker and we have 24 stitches in the round. Okay guys, for round 9, we're going to go ahead and single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Single crochet them together, and then we're going to go ahead and single crochet into the next 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to go ahead and repeat this 2 more times around until we hit the marker and we have 21 stitches. Okay guys, now that we are back at round 10, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to single crochet 2 together, and then we're going to go ahead and single crochet into the next 5 stitches. 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to go ahead and repeat this 2 more times around until we hit the marker. We're going to do 2 single crochet followed by 5 single crochets, and we're going to end up the row at 18 stitches. Okay guys, now that we are back, we're going to go ahead and start on round 11. We're going to go ahead and single crochet the next stitch together, and then we're going to single crochet the next stitch, and we're going to go ahead and repeat this 5 more times until we are back at the stitch marker and we have 12 completed stitches. Alright guys, now that we are back, we're going to go ahead and we are going to place our eye. So just pull out our loop there a little bit, and then for the front of the keychain, we're going to go ahead and place our eye. And you're going to go about 3 stitches out from the side between rounds 9 and 10. So we have, here's row 11, here's 10, here's 9, and then here's 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to place your eye somewhere around here. And then you're going to go ahead and just secure it into place with your back. Until it snaps into place. And then we're going to go ahead and stuff our heart. Okay, now that we have it almost completely stuffed, we're going to go ahead and put our hook back in. And then round 12, we're going to go ahead and make 6 single crochet decreases, so 6 single crochet 2 together around, and we're going to end up with 6 stitches. So 1, 5, and 6. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull through our yarn and we're just going to cut it off. Remove our stitch marker. We're going to go ahead and if we need any more stuffing, we're going to go ahead and fill it in now before we close it off completely. We're going to go ahead and thread our yarn, and we're just going to go around and we're going to pick up the front loop only of each stitch. 2, 3, alright, go ahead and pull it closed. We're just going to go ahead and take this yarn tail and we're just going to weave it in a little bit and then fasten off the ends and close it off. Okay, we're just going to fasten that off now. And we have our heart with our eye. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our DK weight paint box cotton. You can use any kind of thinner black yarn that you have. It can be DK acrylic, it can be crochet thread, it can be embroidery floss. You just need a slightly thinner black. And what we're going to go ahead and do now is we are going to stitch on our second eye. How we're going to do this is we're going to go in from the side and we're going to come up right around here, which is about 2 stitches from the other eye. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring this back down into where we have the yarn coming in from. And we're going to go bring our hook up and we're going to just come out to the side just like that. And now we're going to come back down around all where that is, and then we're going to come back up into the next stitch. And we're going to go ahead and bring this one down, and in this one when we bring it down we're going to come down just to the side of that center hole right around there, and we're going to pull it in and we're going to come back out through the starting hole. We're going to push that down to the side a little bit, we're going to pull this tight, and then what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to come back up. We are out both that, make sure we're out the same hole that we started in. We're going to go ahead and we're going to tie 2 small tiny little knots, and we're going to go ahead and clip our yarn off. We're going to take this one here with the knot, we're going to go back down into the same hole, and we're going to come up 2 stitches below, and we're going to give it a tug so that we pull the knot in. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is we're just going to bring this over to even with the side of the eye, and then we're just going to go ahead and bring it back out the back. And there we have our smile. And we're going to take this yarn and we're going to thread this, and we're going to bring it out the same hole in the back. So put it back in through the same hole it came out of. And what we're going to try to do is tuck that knot inside, pull it out the back, pull it tight. Now you can see there's no more knot on the front of the yarn. We're going to go ahead and we're going to tie 2 tiny little knots. Don't pull too tight because you don't really want to pucker. And then we're going to go ahead and clip it off. Then we're going to go ahead and take our needle and we're going to hide these knots inside the yarn. So this might take some manipulation and some wiggling around, but you can absolutely do this. Just stuff it back in, keep pushing it into the stuffing, bring it back down, fluff it up, fix your heart, and there you go, it's hidden. And we have our face. Now you can stop just here if you wish to just make a heart keychain, Okay, now let's go ahead and put our heart keychain in. What I do is I just take our heart keychain where the end is there, and I just go down through 2 stitches, and sometimes it catches, so you want to do this gently because you do not want to tear any yarn. But once you can get it out through a hole, you just pull it and then it's clipped on, and it's pretty solid. Crochet is pretty tough in general, so when you have it around 2 rounds like that, it doesn't generally go anywhere. I mean, over time it can probably wear down, but I've had one on my purse for a while and it hasn't even so much as sprayed, so just use your caution. There are other kinds of keychains out there if you wish. They have a jump ring that clip on and those kind. And then we have our heart. Now we're going to go ahead and make the ribbon. We're going to go ahead and take our mustard colored yarn, I believe it is, our whatever color ribbon yarn that we are using, and we're going to go ahead and make a slip knot. And we're going to go ahead and chain 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then after we have our 17 stitches, we're going to go ahead and we are going to slip stitch into the second stitch chain from the hook. So place a slip stitch, and then we're going to go ahead and single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the next 10 stitches. So we're just going to slip stitch 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 and 10, and then we're going to go ahead and we are going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So 1, 2, and then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into that last stitch. I'm going to go ahead and leave a long tail, so pull through, leave a long tail. I'm going to go ahead and fasten it off. I'm going to go ahead and take the original tail and I'm going to weave this in so it's not in the way. I'm just going to weave this back in a couple times, secure it. And just clip off the excess. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take this ribbon and we're just going to fold it just so it makes a ribbon, and we're just going to tuck it right on here. Use a pin if you need to hold it into place while you sew, and we're just going to go ahead and tack that onto the corner of the heart. Okay, we'll go ahead and attach. You want to make sure we come up through both pieces of the ribbon, and we're going to tack into the center part here and make sure it's on nice and tight. And then we just take and gonna weave our ribbon thread through just to make sure it's stacked on there, and then we have our little heart ribbon. And you can go ahead and play with the placement of your ribbon however you like. I usually put it over the corner. And there we go. We have our little ribbon heart. Simple, cute. These are great little gifts, especially if you are doing any of the St. Jude's Play Live or any other type of fundraising event. You can always do these as incentives or as special gifts to donators. They work up really quickly, as you've seen. They're so cute. They bring a smile to your face. And I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please like, comment, and share. And have a wonderful afternoon. And I hope to see you again real soon.